Okay guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we are taking a look at the minibak from Modern Warfare 2 in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Got recommended to try this gun out on my most recent PDSW video, which actually seemed to go down very, very well. You guys seem to enjoy that video, and I think you guys enjoyed me using some of the Modern Warfare 2 guns rather than just always Modern Warfare 3 guns as well. And so far in the tier 1 zone, it seems to take zombies out pretty quickly, but as always, we can't really test a gun in the tier 1 zone because it might be the easiest zone to test. As you can see, tier 1 zone, minute absolutely melt through zombies with no problems whatsoever. And as you guys can see, I do have all the loot we need. We've got tier 3 pack-a-punch crystals, tier 1. The only thing I don't have is a tier 2 pack-a-punch crystal, but we can quite easily go ahead and tier 2 pack-a-punch this. We should be able to get enough cash very quickly to tier 2 pack-a-punches, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. We're going to jump straight into the tier 2 zone and see what this gun's going to be like in the tier 2 zone. And then, of course, we will tier 1 pack-a-punch it and see what sort of damage increase we're going to get just for simply being in the tier 2. Okay, so let's see what this gun's going to be like in the tier 2 zone. Has that really just killed that zombie? That is kind of crazy. That vehicle just ran it over. But let me see what it's going to be like in the tier 2 zone. I actually need to be a little bit careful here. I'm not going to lie. I need to be a little bit careful. We can sort of see what sort of damage it's going to do in the tier 2 zone. Not going to be ridiculously fast without any upgrades, which isn't as strong as the PDSW was. The PDSW actually seems to be pretty viable in the tier 2 zone without any upgrades. But if we go ahead and just tier 1 pack-a-punch this, we can now start seeing what damage it's going to do. It should start taking them out much faster, which is going to be the case. And of course, it is now going to give us a 300 round magazine. We're giving it a nice big magazine increase. Because just like the PDSW, there is no bigger magazine you can put on the minibak. We are stuck with the base magazine size. You can change the attachment, but what it does is actually just decrease ADS speed and make it a little bit more able to control the recoil. So the magazine itself size doesn't change. It's just going to be a case of what it actually does with the magazine. But as you can see, we're going to take down tier 2 zombies at tier 1 pack-a-punch without any real problems. You're going to be able to do it nice and easily. Also, guys, let me know in the comments what your thoughts were with the PDSW video. As you guys know, I ended up taking that against the Red Worm. Would you guys rather see me fight the Red Worm, take it into the Dark Aether zone? Or do you think just testing it in tier 3 is enough to get an idea of how good a gun is? Let me know in the comments what you actually want to see. Because if you guys want to see me go in the Dark Aether all the time, I can do that. I can just make sure every game I'm set up to go into the Dark Aether. But if you guys aren't too worried about watching that, then of course I probably won't bother. I'll just leave it in the tier 3 zone. But as you can see, this Mangler is going to get dropped pretty quickly in the tier 2 zone. Considering it's only at tier 1 pack-a-punch as well, that actually wasn't a bad time to kill at all there on that Mangler. We can finally now tier 2 pack-a-punch this thanks to our teammates completing a couple of contracts. Should now be able to absolutely fry anything in the tier 2 zone. Like, this gun felt good enough in the tier 2 zone anyway at just tier 1 pack-a-punch. So now the main test is of course going to be heading towards that tier 3 zone, seeing what sort of damage we can do to the zombies in a tier 3 zone. And of course we'll then start chucking up to tier 3 pack-a-punch, and of course putting that legendary Aether tool on as well, which always makes a nice big difference to these guns. And I actually get a few people comment saying, Harry, do I need the legendary Aether tool? You don't need a legendary Aether tool with a lot of the guns that I use, but it does obviously help increase the damage. So if you've not got legendary Aether tools, but you've got maybe like epic Aether tools or rare Aether tools, I still recommend putting them on because they do help with how powerful the gun is. They are going to make a difference to how much damage the gun's going to do. So if you are looking to copy any of the classes that I've got, speaking of, if you do want to copy the same minibak class that I'm running, it is on screen right now, so you guys can go ahead and just try the same class that I'm using for yourselves. But like I said, you don't need legendary Aether tools on. They do make a nice difference. Like legendary Aether tools being the best Aether tool that you can put on, they are going to make a good difference. But if you guys don't have any legendaries, just put on the best Aether tool on that you possibly can. That's going to do you your best favors. But let's test the gun out in the tier 3 zone. What sort of damage are we going to be doing to these tier 3 zombies at tier 2 pack-a-punch? I don't feel like it's going to be super strong. I feel like it's going to struggle a little bit to get through some of these zombies, if I'm totally honest. Gets rid of some of them hellhounds. Yeah, at tier 2 it doesn't feel ridiculously powerful in the tier 3 zone. We are seeming to hold off the horde of zombies though, to be totally honest. It's not the strongest gun. It's not going to kill them the fastest. But like I just said, we are holding off the horde of zombies with no real problem. We've got speed cola on, so when we do have to reload, that reload speed should be pretty quick as well. So we shouldn't run into too many problems when we have to reload. We can just go through. We are going to have to reload now. Speed cola is going to get that done nice and quickly. We can then just carry on mowing through these zombies. And so let's go ahead and chuck on the Aether tool and see if that's going to make a nice big difference, which it should realistically do, because like I said earlier, legendary Aether tools or just Aether tools in general do make a nice difference to the damage your gun is going to do. And as you can see, with that legendary Aether tool on, we are going to start getting through those zombies a little bit faster there as well, which is always nice to see. As you can see, that horde of zombies has now fully gone down. We can get rid of the rest of the zombies that are around. But I mean, going through zombies already, it doesn't feel bad at all. Like, it genuinely seems to be pretty powerful at getting through the zombies with no problems whatsoever. And I mean, the one boss that we did test it on, of course, being that Mangler early on, it actually seemed to do really good damage. It seemed to get through that Mangler nice and quickly. So I'm excited to see what it's going to be like at tier 3 pack-a-punch in the tier 3 zone. And here we go. We have got another mangler, speaking of. See how quickly we can get through this one. Again, tier 2 Pack-a-Punch. It's not quite tier 3 Pack-a-Punch yet, but we are getting through the mangler's health pretty quickly, to be totally honest, considering it's only at tier 2 Pack-a-Punch. So even in the tier 3 zone, tier 2 Pack-a-Punch Legendary Aether tool, it does seem to do pretty nice damage. But what we are now going to do is tier 3 Pack-a-Punch the minibak. Of course, we've got insta-kill on at the minute, so it's not going to be able to show us what it does. But we have now got the gun to the highest possible standard. We can grind through some tier 3 contracts. And if people are going dark Aether zones or anything like that, I will, of course, go ahead and get involved in that. But as you can see, at tier 3 Pack-a-Punch, it is now going to get through these zombies very, very quickly. Oh, yeah, this is a real nice gun to get through zombies with, actually. It's a very, very nice gun to go and just melt through all of the zombies that are going to come near us. I feel like this is going to be an absolute zombie slayer. And again, I'm excited to see what it's going to be like against boss zombies in this game. I'm hoping it's going to be pretty powerful and do a lot of damage, but we'll just have to see how we get on. Well, here we got a mangler in front of us. I don't really need to be focusing this mangler right now. I just want to sort of see what damage we can do to it. Didn't realize there was a Mega Abomination chasing after me. So we're going to stay away, but the mangler went down very, very quickly there. The mangler went down with no problem whatsoever, which is kind of what I was expecting. Like I said, I think at tier 3, this gun's going to be an absolute menace and just melt through pretty much everything, which does seem to be the case so far. It seems to be like what this gun is going to do. Seems like it's just going to melt through these zombies. We've got a Disciple bounty target in front of us now. See what sort of damage we can do here to the Disciple. Shouldn't be too bad a damage, I wouldn't imagine. Let me just sort of try and get rid of some of these zombies. Focus the Disciple a little bit more. Yeah, it looks like it's going to drop this Disciple's health pretty quick, if I'm totally honest with you. Okay, the Mega Abomination has just come flying after me, which I wasn't quite expecting. I wasn't quite ready for that. And he's now firing lasers at me. Can we get a head gone? Okay, the Mega Abomination just decided it was going to despawn instead, which I'm not totally against because it does make my life a little bit easier. Okay, so Disciple's health is actually deteriorating very, very quickly now. Let's get that hand gone if I can hit my shots, which I can't seem to do, but there we go. What have I've got so much stuff going on around me. I just want to get this Disciple down, if I'm totally honest with you. There should be the final few headshots, though, if he doesn't get too much health from my teammate. He's ran off in the other direction. Where is he actually gone? Right behind us. Try and get that Disciple down before he does too much of my health, and that should be about it. Nice. Wasn't too bad, considering it's a Disciple in tier 3. As we all know, they can be quite annoying to take down, so I'm not too disappointed with how fast we went through that bounty target just there with the minibak. Overall, so far, I'm very impressed with this gun. It is a very, very strong gun. I really do enjoy how good this gun is. I'm not going to lie. It's surprised me at how good it is. It's a bit better than I thought it was going to be. And honestly, it's just a super, super fun SMG to use in the game. I think you guys, if you haven't already tried it out, are really going to enjoy it if you do give it a go for yourselves. But yeah, I mean, we're just running around doing this Spore contract now. I've not showed too much of it, but the gun's just ridiculously powerful. Like, it does so much damage for what sort of gun it is. Like, I really didn't expect the minibak to do this sort of damage in zombies and just get through the zombies this fast. Like, look at the sort of damage it does to these hordes of zombies. It just gets through them so quickly. It's actually kind of crazy. I mean, we've got manglers here. It's just melt through the mangler's health with no real problem, which is exactly what it's going to do. It's going to get through that mangler nice and quickly, even though it backs me up into a corner. We can probably get through that second mangler pretty quick as well. It's just a very solid gun. Like, it doesn't seem to struggle in any sort of area. There's no, like, boss zombies that it's bad against. There's no normal zombies that it's bad against. Like, it just seems to melt through. Like, that Disciple's health has just gone down so fast. It's actually crazy how good this gun is. Like, I'm going to find a Mega Abomination at some point, probably do a bounty target or something against a Mega Abomination, and just watch how fast it deteriorates that health as well, because this gun is ridiculously powerful. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Okay, so we've got a Mega down in front of us here. Let's let it just start firing its lasers. We should be able to get one head popped pretty quickly here with no real problem, which is exactly what's going to happen. Drop that first head very fast on that Mega Abomination, to be totally honest with you. Looks like it's going to start charging at me. We can dive out of the way of that, no problem. Let's just keep letting it run round. You know, we can just keep letting it chase after us a little bit. Got a lot of zombies around me as well, to be honest, which isn't always the nicest situation, but we should be absolutely fine. I'm not going to lie, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Mimic's chasing after us. That Mimic should get dropped with no real problem, just like so. I'd love the Mega Abomination to start firing its lasers at me, which is exactly what it's going to start doing. We should be able to get that second head popped with any luck, just like so. Let's get an Aether blade in there. Nice. Perfecto. No problems here. So the Mega Abomination has already got one head left. Like, that is pretty good going, to be honest, from the minibak. I'm not going to lie. It's a very nice time to kill on the Mega Abomination, who now looks like he's either going to charge at me, which is exactly what he's going to do. Was hoping that last head was going to open up and we could just get the job finished there, but it's not quite going to be the case. We can just keep shooting at the Mega Abomination. We can't get some critical shots there, which it now looks like it's going to start firing that last head at us, which we should then get that popped And that should be the Mega Abomination finito, which is exactly what it's going to be. Perfect. That did not take us long at all to get that Mega Abomination taken down. Really, really nice from the minibak. Sometimes with the SMGs, because obviously you have to be closer to the Mega Abominations to do good damage, they can struggle a little bit, but in this case was not the case at all for the Mega Abomination. That just went down so quickly with this minibak, which is a really, really impressive show, to be fair, how good that minibak just done. And one thing that I'm actually noticing with this minibak, even though it's got a really big magazine size, just like the PDSW had, I haven't once run out of ammo yet. I don't know if that's just pure luck that I've not run out of ammo, but you guys saw with the PDSW, I ran out of ammo several times with that gun, but with the minibak, doesn't seem to have happened once, which is actually very impressive. I mean, even here, just look how many zombies are around. This minibak is really just melting through everything with no problem whatsoever. It's got that huge magazine size. You can just literally quite easy melt through zombies and just spray and spray and spray this gun and get through all different hordes of zombies. I mean, even mimics just get melted ridiculously fast. This gun is just like ridiculously powerful. I think if you guys need a good gun to use and you enjoyed the PDSW or you enjoy using SMGs or anything like that, just go and try this minibak class. I think you guys are going to have so much fun with it. It's a really enjoyable gun. And it's actually just a very powerful gun in general at taking down boss zombies, normal zombies. It does not matter what you're fighting against. This thing is just going to melt through everything. As you can see, that Disciple there, gone down with no real problem whatsoever. It's just a very good gun. But there's just nowhere this gun doesn't perform. It's actually crazy. Like, this gun is a very solid gun. It shocked me at how good this minibak is. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Like, I thought it would be okay because you guys recommended it, and normally when you guys recommend a gun, they normally are pretty good, but this minibak is actually crazy good. So I think I'm probably going to leave today's video here, guys, unless we end up in the Dark Aether zone, which I will then start showing you guys if we go into there. But if not, this will be the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please be sure to smash a big thumbs up, as it helps me out way more than you can imagine. Let me know your thoughts on this minibak in the comments below. And if there's any other guns you want to see me try, again, leave them in the comments. If you have enjoyed today's video, go and check out the rest of the channel, because there's a whole bunch of content there that I think you guys will really enjoy. And if you do enjoy the videos, then be sure to subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss any times I do post any more videos. But I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.